Namaste, I am Bibek. I was born and raised right here in Nepal, and for the past 3 to 4 years, I have been working as a guide in Nepal. I have walked every major treks in Nepal like Everest Base Camp, Annapurna Circuit, Khorepani Punhil Trek, Mardi Himal, and many more. And the number one questions I get asked by most of my international trekkers all over the world is, Vivek, when is the best time to trek in Nepal? And here is the truth. There is no single best time. It completely depends on what you want from your trek. So today I am breaking down all 4 trekking seasons in Nepal and when they actually happen, what the conditions are likely, and most importantly, which treks work best in each season. So let's dive in. So let's start with the spring, one of my personal favorite treks. So let's start with spring, one of my personal favorite times to trek. When is spring in Nepal? The spring season runs from early March throughout late May, but it's not same throughout. Early March is still a bit cool. Snow by linger at high passes, but skies are clear. Mid March to April, peak seasons, perfect temperatures, rhododendron blooming. Late April to May, getting warmer, some haze developing, pre-monsoon's cloud building. Spring is when Nepal becomes a giant garden. The rhododendron forest, especially between 2500 meters to 3500 meters, explode with color. I'm talking deep reds, bright pink, pure white. It's absolutely stunning. The weather is comfortable, mornings are clear, days are warm enough that you are trekking in a t-shirt. Nights are cool but not freezing like in a winter. So let's talk about the best treks for spring. The treks like Annapurna Base Camps, the rhododendron forest on the way up to Annapurna Base Camp is absolutely beauty. And the Annapurna Base Camp temperature is also good, not like a winter. Trekking like Everest Base Camp is also really good in this spring season. And Manaslu trek, spring is ideal here. The Larke Pass is safer with the less snow. And the treks like Langtang Valley trek, Khorepani Punhil, and Mardi Himal trek is absolutely beauty or absolutely must do trek in this season. So things to watch out for. By the late April, especially May, you start getting some haze in lower valley. The views are still good, but not as a razor sharp as autumn or early spring. Also, late May can bring a early monsoon showers if you are trekking in May. Try to finish by mid-month. Now autumn. This is the what most guide, including me, called a peak seasons, and there is a very good reason for that. The autumn trekking seasons runs from mid-September to through the late November. September, early autumn. Monsoon is ending, the trails still bit wet, fewer crowds. October, peak of peak seasons. Best weather, clear sky, but most trekkers. November is still excellent, but getting a little bit cold at high altitude and fewer crowds than October. Autumn is when Nepal shows its absolutely best face. The monsoon's rains have just washed the air clean, so the visibility is incredible. I have stood on the viewpoints, Korepani Punhil, at the Punhil viewpoints, and I have seen the 150 meters away mountains from there. The skies are deep blue, the weather is stable, very little rain, the temperatures perfect. Cold morning, comfortable days, chilly but manageable night. And the other thing, this is the also festival seasons in Nepal. If you trek in late September or October, you will experience a Dasai, our biggest festival. Villages are decorated, people are celebrating, and it adds this beautiful cultural layer to your trek. So let's talk about the best treks for the autumn. So the best trek, of course, the number one will be the Everest Base Camp, Annapurna Circuit, Manaslu Circuit, Upper Mustang, Kanchenjunga Base Camp Trek, and Gokyo Treks, Three Passes Trek. October and November is the only time I recommend this challenging route, which is Three Pass Trek. Every season comes with the downside. So the downside of this autumn seasons is everyone knows autumn is the best time, which means everyone comes in autumn. Tea houses get fully booked. Popular trails like Everest Base Camp and Annapurna Base Camps feels like a highway in October. Flights to Lukla are sold out month in advance. And for the good sunrise viewpoint, you need to wake up at 4 a.m. to claim your spot before 50 others will arrive there. So yes, autumn has the best weather, but it has the most people. Now let's go into the winter. Winter trekking in Nepal is a completely different experience. It's not for everyone. Winter trekking runs from early December through late February. December, early winter, cold but clear. January, peak winter, very cold, very clear, very quiet. February, and slightly warmer, still great visibility. The defining characteristic of the winter is the cold. I'm not talking about the wear the jacket cold. I mean below freezing temperature, especially at the night and at higher altitude. I have a guided treks. It was minus 25, minus 30 at Everest Base Camp trek. So here is the pictures during the Decembers. I have guided the 3 guests. High passes becomes much harder. Snow and ice over the trails. Some tea houses close for the seasons because it's just too harsh. But here's the what winter gives you in a return: the clearest skies of the entire year, the sharper, crispier mountain views, then even autumn, and almost complete solitude. So best treks for the winter is Everest Base Camp trek with the proper gear. Gorepani Punhil trek is a short trekking, so in that trek you will go only 3210 meter. So I will recommend that trek also. So pick a peak. Excellent winter options, clear sky, beautiful Everest view, not too cold. Annapurna Base Camp, possible but challenging, very cold at ABC itself. December is better than January, February. Langtang Valley trek, beautiful in winter but expect snow and cold at Kanchenjunga. And Himal trek also. Treks to avoid in winter is especially high passes trek. Like Annapurna Circuit, it will be really cold at Thorangla Pass, and Manaslu Circuit at Larkia Pass, or 3 passes trekking, or especially I can say a high passes trekking, which will be really cold. But if you are good with cold, then it's for you. Winter is for experienced trekkers who value peace and solitude over comfort. If you hate the cold, skip these seasons. If you are properly prepared, then winter trekking can be magical. Okay, monsoon, the seasons everyone wants you about. The monsoon seasons runs from early June through late August, sometimes extending into early September. In June, monsoon is building, increasing rain and cloud developing. July, peak monsoon, heaviest rainfall of the year. August is still very wet, but sometimes slightly better than July. And yes, I will be honest, for the most of the trekking routes in Nepal, monsoon is not idle. The trails turns into a rivers of mud, leachage comes out of the forest, mountain disappears behind the thick cloud for the days, flight to mountains, airport got cancelled, landslide block road and sometimes trails. I have guided monsoon treks where we walk 3 to 4 days without seeing a single mountain, just cloud and rain. Let's talk about the treks to avoid in monsoon. Everest Base Camp trek, Annapurna Base Camp treks, and especially Langtang Valley trek. There is one section that is a landslide section, which is really hard in a monsoon, or it's really difficult to cross in a monsoon with a guide also. And Manaslu Circuit trek. But here's the most people don't know. Not all of the Nepal gets monsoon rain. There are regions protected by Himalayan range itself. We call them our rain shadow areas. In these places, June, July and August are actually some time of the best month to trek. While Kathmandu get drenched, places like Upper Mustangs are sunny, dry and absolutely clear. Best trek for the monsoon will be Upper Mustang trek, Narfu Valley trek, Upper Dolpa trek, Chun Valley trek and Upper Circuit. So you can start by the Manang, but it's on a really high altitude. It's on a 3540 meter, but it's high. But if you are experienced, then you can start at high altitude also. So monsoon isn't bad season. It's just the season where you need to be very selective about where you go. Alright, let's bring it all together. If you want the absolute best weather and don't mind crowd, October is your month. Book flight and tea house early. If you want beautiful flowers, warm temperatures, slightly fewer people, then March or April, beautiful for the beautiful for the photography and nature lover. If you want the total peace and you are ready for the serious cold, then December or January, bring the proper winter gears, choose lower altitude treks. If you can travel in summer or monsoon, upon Mustang, Narfu or Dolpo in July, August, avoid everyone else. But here is my real advice after guiding many treks. The best time to trek depends on entirely on what you value the most. Care most about the weather, perfect and guarantee view, then autumn is for you. Do you care about the flowers? Then spring. Do you care about the solitude? Don't mind cold. Winter. Do you care adventure in remote, dry regions? Then monsoon, rain, shadow trek. I had a clients who trek in October and complained it was crowded. Clients who trek in January and it was the most peaceful experience of their life. It is not about the season. It's about the matching the seasons to your personality, your tolerance for the crowd or cold, and your expectation. So if you are planning to trekking Nepal, you are not sure which seasons are right for you, drop a comment below. I will give you my honest recommendation based on a real experience. If you found this video helpful, hit the subscribe button. Thanks for watching. May I will see you on trail someday. Namaste.